He doesn't yell. He doesn't cry. He doesn't even say anything is wrong. He just goes quiet. And somehow that silence says everything he can't bring himself to speak. People around him call it cold. They call it passive-aggressive. They call it difficult. But there's a reason certain people respond to pain with silence specifically. And once you understand where it comes from, you'll never see this behavior the same way again. 1. The silence isn't a choice, it's a survival response. Somewhere early in life, he learned that expressing pain had consequences. Maybe it was dismissed, maybe it was punished, maybe it simply never changed anything. So the brain made a quiet decision. If speaking up doesn't make things better, stop speaking up. Psychologists call this emotional shutdown, a conditioned response where the nervous system learns to contain rather than express, because expression once felt more dangerous than silence. And here's the part that explains everything that comes after. 2. When you go quiet, you're not trying to punish anyone, you're trying to protect yourself. Because the moment you open your mouth, you risk two things simultaneously: being misunderstood and being vulnerable enough to care about that. Silence removes both risks at once. It's not manipulation, it's the only emotional armor you ever learned to wear. 3. But here's what silence actually costs you. The people around you can't see inside what you're carrying. They see the absence of you, and they fill that absence with their own interpretation. They assume anger, they assume indifference, they assume you don't care, when in reality, you care so deeply that you don't trust yourself to speak without it all coming out wrong. 4. Watch what happens when someone finally gets through to you, not by demanding you talk, not by pushing, but by simply staying, making it safe enough for the silence to finally end. That's when you realize the quietness was never about them. It was about whether you believed the space between you was safe enough to fill with the truth. So here's what changes once you see it this way. Going quiet when something is wrong isn't coldness, it isn't cruelty. It's what happens when a person has spent years learning that their pain wasn't worth the room it would take up. You weren't being difficult, you were being careful with something that had been hurt before. If someone came to mind while you watched this, or if that someone was you, subscribe. There's more here that explains the things that were never explained to you.